Welcome to Fabulously Flawed with your host, Marni, where Mondays mean motivation, and by Wednesday, we're dishing out dazzling advice with a Newsweek twist. This is your go-to spot for embracing the mess, celebrating the successes, and never letting anyone dull your sparkle. Join us for laughs, life lessons, and a whole lot of fun. Fabulously Flawed, where perfect is overrated and every flaw is fabulous.
Hey, fabulous friends, fabulous listeners, pretty much fabulous everybody. This is Marni, and thank you for joining me on Fabulously Flawed. Happy Monday, guys. Happy September. It is Monday, which means I'm going to motivate, and it is September, so I am going to start it off with Self-Love September, Self-Care September. Self-care is crucial September. Self-love is imperative September. September is also Suicide Awareness Month, which I am not going to discuss on this episode, but it is something that I will highlight a lot, and it is so important to open the conversation to end the stigma. There's such a stereotype of somebody on the news, there was a crime, they had mental illness. Well, duh, of course, no shit, Sherlock, we all have mental illness like we have physical illness. The people with the untreated illness are the ones out there committing a lot of these horrific crimes, hurting themselves, not understanding what's going on. So our minds are so powerful, and it is so important what we feed our minds. Just like we wouldn't eat something really disgusting and gross, we don't want to put those thoughts in our minds because our brain believes it. So self-care, a lot of people have this misconception that, okay, self-care is just about going to get my nails done and getting bubble baths and eating bonbons. And no. Self-love and self-care goes a lot deeper than that. And the one thing, there's a word we hear lately, it's boundaries, implementing boundaries. And a few episodes on my podcast with Taylor, I did Boundaries Don't Make You a Bitch. Look, I know it is so hard even implementing a boundary. Saying no to someone, I know is so hard. We're people pleasers. We don't want confrontation. I get it. But what you're doing is inadvertently, you're selling your soul and saying, I really don't want Aunt so-and-so or Uncle so-and-so or my neighbor to be upset with me, so I better go to their dinner party. Even though I don't feel well, I'm tired, but again, I don't want anyone mad at me. Right there, that's just one simple example of a bazillion I could go through, but it's so easy just to say, I'm sorry, I'm not able to make it. And what you're doing is you are just showing yourself that priority. You're prioritizing your needs. Nobody that is in your life that loves you unconditionally will ever judge you or get mad if you can make a certain engagement or not. It is so important to do stuff that makes you happy, that doesn't make anyone else happy, not your children, your spouse, your partner, your parents, your cousin, your next door neighbor. I've used neighbor a lot lately. I'm not sure why. But what's the most important thing is that you do something that makes you happy. Even if you love playing Legos as doesn't really matter what age you are with that. But let's say you love Legos. You find a Lego club. Let's say you want to start gardening. You find, people that are interested in gardening. And by doing your hobbies that you love, you find your people. And when you are around your people, you are happy. You are yourself. You don't walk on eggshells. You don't have to change who you are. I mean, it's so important. And the affirmations, I have to tell you, affirmations truly saved my life. I might have talked about this on my other Monday episode, prior episode, but it cannot hurt to repeat. Years ago, when I fell down, literally, emotionally and physically, I had a breakdown, and I said, okay, I stopped saying, why is this happening to me? What can I learn from this? And that one day I bought an affirmation, like a picture that said, every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day. And it like went, things that make you go, And I started to change that narrative. I'm going back maybe 6 years, 5, 6 years at least. And I started to now affirmations. Part of my personality is I will hyper focus and learn everything about a subject I am passionate on. And I fell into my, how can I say this? My purpose became my passion, became my purpose. My purpose is my passion. It goes hand in hand. And affirmations. So I see so many people look around and like, I used to do this all the time. Ugh, look how fat I look. I'm so gross. I would go to dance in the morning, Zumba in the morning, and my friends would be like, oh, you look so cute. I'm like, ugh, I'm so gross. Why would I say that to myself? I'm not gross. So I have learned, and it's really hard, and some things might be silly to some, but I speak only kindly of myself. I flipped that narrative so quickly that I now know I am generous, I am warm, I am kind, I am awesome. Throughout the day, I say, my name is Marni Goldman and only good things will happen to me or for me, or everything is in my favor. The universe has my back. And let me tell you, at 54 years old, with every hardship, with every dramatic experience I have lived through, everything, you know how you're saying right now, how could this happen? How could this happen? I could tell you, they are just roadblocks and detours taking you where you need to be. And on each of those roadblocks and detours, you're picking up information and learning experiences, putting it in your basket and moving along with life. I have had such a insane like maze of life that thank goodness now at 54, I've survived it. I am able to share my story. I'm able to share what helps me work. I am able to let people know it's okay not to be okay. I let people know we cannot control our brains. There is nothing wrong with being your unique, true to yourself. There's only one of you, so you have your story. That's your power. We all have our stories and we all have our power. And the world needs to hear more of our stories, more encouragement, more light. It's been so dark these past few years, well, pretty much since COVID, but I don't think people realized how dark they were. And I think some people are realizing right now how dark sometimes their inner hearts, their inner worlds are very dark. I talked about it on this episode prior to this one. I think I say the same thing, how laughter is crucial. I'm sorry. Laughter is the most important thing. One, it's probably the best and cheapest free therapy you can get. If you have a funny friend, call your friend who makes you laugh. If you have a favorite comedian, put it on. There's Netflix. There are so many now outlets to watch everything from Freevee to Tubi to Peacock. There's everything. We all have a memory of something that makes our heart smile and laugh. Last week, I watched Eddie Murphy Delirious. I love it. I could watch it every day. I have been watching comedians. That has healed me. From a little girl at 10 years old, when I had two dads that had left me at that point, and I was just a very sad little girl and lonely, but putting on Joan Rivers and her record album in 1980 helped me heal. So ever since Joan Rivers, and I guess growing up, as much dysfunction and neurosis and lunatics my family lineage is, we do come from a funny family. So genetically, I have a very good personality. So I feel so blessed able to take my fun personality and tell these stories of trauma I've overcome and what I've went through, for me, my dark humor, it helps me heal. People look at me like I have 5 heads, which they do anyway, because I stick out like a sore thumb, whether I try to or not. But I am just Marni. I am open and honest, and I talk about mental health like the weather. It is just asinine when people say, oh, I'm fine. Well, if you're throwing up and it's because you're thinking of something, maybe you're not fine. Or if you've been crying uncontrollably for more than a few weeks, maybe you're not fine. If you're handling situations not as easily and your coping mechanisms are a little bit on the harder side, it's okay not to be okay. You're still remarkable. You're still outstanding. You're still marvelous, amazing, stupendous people. Just because you may feel sad at sometimes you're supposed to. We are human beings. Our emotions are not supposed to just be happy, 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 happy. That's weird. Who does that? But what you're supposed to do is when you're in those sad moments, okay, why am I feeling like this? What's going on? Let me figure this out instead of that knee-jerk reaction and projecting your anger and just snapping at somebody. Pause. What's going through my mind right now? Why am I feeling this way? So it's okay. Don't fight your emotions. It's like when you're surfing the wave, just go through the wave because it passes. The rain always stops. It always, always stops. I promise you. What I have been through in my life from birth. I mean, I was behind the 8 ball from birth. My biological father left at 4 months and my mother wanted to kill herself. So right from the beginning, I was doomed, and genetics and circumstances, I mean, I'm a miracle. I am truly a human miracle, and that's why I love sharing that you guys also are miracles. I promise you. So the emotions you feel, happy, calm, angry, afraid, sad, those are normal. They are normal reactions. You know, when sometimes we're afraid, let's see how we become nervous or we're scared or anxious, but there's ways to handle those when you are terrified. Well, that's not, I don't like that one. How about you're panicking? I learned in therapy to slowly count to 10. I stop. I know it sounds, okay, Marni, have you ever been in a moment of crisis and panic? And yes, I have. Yes, I have. When I'm scared, I talk it out. I find somebody and say, this is what's going through my mind. I just need to talk to you. No shame, no judgment. I just need to talk to you. And a lot of times I've seen more anger than joy. We all get annoyed. We all get frustrated. We all get irritated. We're all furious. We all get upset. We all get resentful. It's human nature. But understand where those are coming from. When you're frustrated with you can't get something to work on the computer, pause. Everything's figure outable. Try again. Let's say you're furious. Nobody in your family nobody's listening to you. You're getting frustrated. Your kids are they're not picking up their toys. I'm sorry for clearing my throat. So let's say you're feeling frustrated. The house is a mess. Go for a walk. Go for a walk. Tell your family, I'm frustrated, not mad at you guys. I just need to let off some steam. Go for a walk. So emotions are normal. Knowing how to handle them is the key to winning in life. The awareness and the acceptance and owning those emotions fits into self-love September, self-care September, understanding who you are September. It is all about loving yourself. Stop comparing September. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop looking at your cousin's life, thinking it's better because she can fit into jeans differently. Stop thinking their life is better because they're going to private school. That doesn't mean anything. I'm giving just random things that are popping in my head. You see somebody got a nice car, that means nothing. It means they spent money. It means absolutely nothing about who they are. Just find who you are and you will find your people. Stay true to yourself, September. I am going to be filming and recording I guess I already have, so I batch record and I can't wait to share all of my tips with you guys. And I hope I motivated you somehow. Look in the mirror, tell yourself that you are amazing, you are loved, you are capable, you are resilient, you are remarkable, you are everything. If you could believe the bad stuff in your life that so easily we do, believe the good. Believe you're beautiful, believe you're remarkable, and believe that you are amazing. Never let anyone dull that sparkle. Never, 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 never let anyone burst your bubble. If it doesn't bring you peace or profit, let it go. Let it go. And I am excited for you guys to join us tomorrow, Taylor and I, on another one of our pop culture episodes, because it so correlates with mental health, because celebrities and pop culture are human beings and they suffer just like we do. And I love humanizing them. And also my Etsy store, Fabulously Flawed with 2ds.net. There's something for everybody, guys. It's like an affirmation, happy explosion, personalized store. Anything you want, we can custom make for you. And Fabulously Flawed with 3ds.com is my website. There's resources, blogs, videos. It's Marni Mania. It is Marni Mania. So, but good stuff. Have a great day, guys. Have a great week. Make it a magical Monday. I love you all so much, and tune in tomorrow. Talk to you guys later.
This is your go-to spot for embracing the mess, celebrating the successes, and never letting anyone dull your sparkle. Join us for laughs, life lessons, and a whole lot of fun. Fabulously Flawed, where perfect is overrated and every flaw is fabulous.